Let me ask you something real quick. Have you ever opened your banking app, stared at your credit card balance, and thought, where the hell did all my money go? Mate, you're not alone. In fact, if you're watching this, there's a massive chance you've fallen into the exact same trap that thousands of Aussies do every single day. A trap dressed up in shiny rewards, interest-free periods, and way too easy access to money you don't actually have. And here's the wild part. It's not your fault, because you've been fed a massive lie. Actually, more than one. And these lies? They're designed to keep you swiping, spending, and stuck in a cycle that makes the banks richer, while your real wealth potential gets flushed away. Let me say this loud and clear. If you're relying on your credit card to get through the month, it's not helping you. It's holding you hostage. And the worst part? The more normal this becomes, the harder it is to spot just how bad it's messing with your future. The credit. Card mirage, let's break it down, yeah? In Australia, the average person has $3,200 in credit card debt. Add to that the billions Australians owe on plastic. And it's no surprise that many of us feel like we're working just to survive. But the real problem isn't just the debt. It's the lies we believe that got us into that mess in the first place. Here are a few of the biggest. Lie number 1. If I pay the minimum, I'm fine. Wrong. That minimum payment, it's a trap. Let's say you owe $3,000 on your card. If you only pay the minimum each month, which is usually around 2 to 3%, it could take you 20 years to pay it off. And you'd end up paying double or triple the amount in interest. The banks love when you do that, because it's passive income. For them, from your stress. Lie number 2. I'm using it for the points. Listen, unless you're someone who pays off the full balance every single month without fail and never racks up interest, those points are costing you way more than they're worth. Rewards programs are designed to make you feel smart while you spend more than you should. And most of us, we're not traveling to Fiji with our points. We're stuck paying off Uber Eats from 3 months ago. Lie number 3. A credit card builds my credit score. This one's tricky because it's only partially true. Yes, a credit card can help build your credit score, but only if you use it wisely, stay below 30% of the limit, and never miss a payment. Most people aren't doing that. Instead, they're maxing it out, paying late, and watching their score tank. That's not building, that's self-sabotage. Lie number 4. Everyone uses credit cards. It's normal. Yep, so is being broke. Let that sink in. Just because something is normal doesn't mean it's smart. Most Australians live paycheck to paycheck, and credit cards are a big part of that problem. Normal is struggling. Normal is feeling anxious every time you tap. Normal is waking up with a pit in your stomach about the next bill. Do you want normal or do you want free? Let's get honest. Here's the truth. Most people won't say out loud, credit cards are not evil, but they are dangerous, like fire. They can cook your food or burn your house down. But most people were never taught how to handle them. And now they're juggling high interest, late fees, and feeling like a failure when really, the system was built to trap you. That ends today. Because once you see the lies, you can start breaking free from them. Real talk. You're not dumb. You're just tired. You're tired of chasing your tail, tired of bills stacking up, tired of feeling like you're working just to keep your head above water. Credit cards were supposed to help. Instead, they became this toxic lifeline, a financial band-aid that's bleeding you out slowly. But guess what? You have the power to take back control, and that's exactly what this series is here to do. No fluff, no finance bro energy, just real raw advice for Aussies who are ready to say, I'm done being broke. The wake-up call, stats that hit hard. Still not convinced credit cards are holding people back? Here are some facts you need to know. Aussies pay over $5 billion a year in credit card interest. Over 40% of credit card users don't pay off the full balance monthly. The average credit card interest rate in Australia is around 19.94%. Some are over 22%. That means a $5,000 balance can cost you nearly $1,000 a year just in interest if you're not careful. Now ask yourself, what could you do with an extra $1,000? What's coming next? This is just the beginning. In the next block, we'll dig deeper into how the credit card system really works in Australia, why the banks want you in debt, the emotional traps that keep you spending, and what real Aussies are doing to break free. But first, tell me, did this hit home for you? Be honest. Did you believe any of those lies? Have you ever felt stuck with credit card debt? I'd love to hear your story in the comments. All right, you made it through the wake-up call in Block 1, Respect. Now let's dive deeper and break apart how this credit card trap works. Not just with money, but with your mind. Because if you think credit cards are just about numbers, think again. They're playing a whole different game, one that messes with your habits, emotions, and even your identity. And here's the scary part. The banks are betting on you never noticing. How the game is rigged, and why you keep losing. Let me paint the picture. You walk into a shop. You see something you want. You don't have the cash? No worries. Tap the card, walk away happy. Easy. But what just happened? You didn't make a purchase. You made a promise to your future self to deal with it later. And that's the problem. Every credit card transaction is future use problem. Until future. You wakes up to a $1,700 bill and wonders why you're eating instant noodles for a week straight. They know exactly what they're doing. These companies hire psychologists, data scientists, and behavioral economists to design systems that encourage you to spend more, pay later. Stay hooked. Ever wonder why your limit magically increases over time, even if you're barely scraping by? It's not because the bank believes in you. It's because they've run the numbers. They know that giving you more access to money you don't have dimbakshao more profit for them. The debt spiral. It starts small. Let me tell you how it usually goes. Maybe you'll see yourself in this. You get your first credit card, $1,000 limit. You feel powerful. You use it just for emergencies. But Uber Eats counts, right? You pay the minimum, no biggie. You'll pay more next month. Something comes up. You use it again. Suddenly your limit's $3,000. You're using it every week. The balance keeps growing. You start to feel it. Anxiety hits, but you can't stop. The card's now your backup plan. Sound familiar? Don't be ashamed. Most Aussies are walking that path in silence. Real people, real struggles. I asked a few Aussies online to share what they wish they'd known earlier about credit cards. Here's what they said. I thought I was doing the smart thing. Using my card for fuel and groceries, I ended up 7 kilos in debt by the time I was 28. It took me 3 years to fix it. Jess, Melbourne. The points system got me hooked. I was chasing rewards, but spending hundreds more than I needed to each month. It's a scam. Aaron, Brisbane. My card felt like my lifeline when I lost my job, but paying interest on groceries I ate 6 months ago is brutal. Talia, Perth, you're not alone. But it's time to flip the script. The psychology of debt. They want you emotional. Here's the part no one tells you. Debt isn't just financial, it's emotional. You're not just paying off money, you're carrying guilt, shame, anxiety, regret. That's what makes it so hard to deal with. You're not just fighting numbers. You're fighting your own habits and beliefs. The system banks on that. Literally. They want you to feel overwhelmed, confused, and hopeless. Because when you feel powerless, you stay in the system. You don't question the late fees. You don't negotiate interest rates. You don't switch to a better option. But when you take the emotion out of it and look at the game with clear eyes, that's when you start winning. What they don't teach you in school, let's keep it 100. Most of us didn't learn any of this in school. We learned algebra, but not how interest rates destroy your paycheck. We memorized Shakespeare, but not how to read a credit card statement. And so we grow up thinking debt is normal. Everyone has a credit card. Everyone has debt. It's just how life is. No, that's how they want it to be. Calling out the bulls. Sent. Let's say it together. Debt is not freedom. It's not a tool. It's not a status symbol. It's a leash. And when you finally cut that leash, you'll feel the kind of peace no reward points could ever buy. Comment time. Tell me your story now. I want to hear from you. Drop your story in the comments. Have you ever gotten stuck in the credit card trap? What lies did you believe about credit cards? How did it affect your mental health or relationships? Let's talk real for a second, because I guarantee you someone else reading the comments is feeling the same and needs to know they're not alone. We're not here to judge. We're here to learn, break free, and build a better future together. Quick action. You can do this today. Here's a simple step you can take right now. Call your bank and ask for a lower interest rate. Seriously, you'd be surprised how often they'll say yes, especially if you've been with them a while. Even 1% to 2% lower can save you hundreds, or even better. Start planning to ditch the card altogether, because no points or cashback can compete with being debt-free. Subscribe without the guilt. If you're feeling this message, and you're ready to stop being broke and start getting smart, hit that subscribe button. No pressure, no spam, just real talk. And when you do subscribe, you're not just joining a channel, you're joining a movement of everyday Aussies taking control of their finances, one honest convo at a time. All right, legend, we've exposed the lies. Now let's talk about how to break free. This isn't theory. This is about real-world steps, Aussie-friendly tools, and strategies you can use starting today to stop bleeding money to your credit card and start building actual wealth. So if you've been nodding along, shouting, "Yes, that's me," while holding your breath looking at your card balance, this is your blueprint to change that. Step 1. Know the damage. Face it. Before we fix anything, we need to know exactly what we're dealing with. You can't kill a monster if you don't look it in the eye. Open your banking app. Look at your credit card balance. Write down total amount, owed interest rate, minimum payment, due date, any fees, monthly, annual, etc. If you've got more than one card, do this for all of them. Put it in a notebook, Excel sheet, Notion, wherever. Just see it. Why it matters. Most Aussies don't even know what they're paying in interest. That's exactly how the banks keep you trapped. Step 2. Hack the system. Pay it off smart. There are 2 ways to pay off debt fast. Option 1. The debt avalanche. Pay minimum on all cards except the one with the highest interest rate. Throw every spare dollar at that card until it's paid. Then move to the next. This saves you the most money in the long run. Option 2. The debt snowball. Pay off the card with the smallest balance first, regardless of interest. Quick wins. Motivation, momentum. Pick the one that suits your mindset. Personally, I say avalanche if you're numbers focused, snowball if you're emotional and need quick wins. Both work. Just choose and stick with it. Step 3. Switch the weapon. Use better tools. Credit cards are outdated weapons. Here are better Aussie-friendly tools. Debit cards with rewards. Upbank, ING, BankWest, Revolut all offer sleek zero-fee options. Some give cashback or discounts without letting you spend money you don't have. Buy now, pay smarter, if you must. If you have to use buy now, pay later services, like Afterpay, use only with a strict rule. Must be able to pay the full amount immediately or you don't buy it. Treat it like a budgeting tool, not a crutch. Step 4. Track every dollar. No more guessing. You need to know where your money is going. Period. Here are the top budgeting apps for Aussies. Frollo free, Aussie-owned, links to your bank. Super visual. Shows your spend categories, great for spotting where you're bleeding cash. We Money tracks credit scores and debt. Community vibe. You're not alone. Gamified to keep it fun. Pocketbook. Simple and lightweight. Great if you hate overcomplicated apps, just shows income versus expenses, clean and to the point start tracking for 30 days. You'll be shocked by how much money is leaking out on subscriptions, takeout, and random impulse taps. Step 5. Cut the card. For real, if your card's a problem, it's time to cut it off at the root. Here's how to do it. Option A. Request a balance transfer. Move your debt to a 0% interest card for 12-24 months. Check with NAB, ANZ, Westpac, etc. Pay it off aggressively during the promo period. Don't spend on that card. It's a trap if you do. Option B. Freeze your card, literally. Some folks put it in a cup of water and freeze it so they can't use it impulsively. Others just lock it in the app or cut it up completely. Do what you need to do to remove the temptation. Remember, you're not weak. These systems are built to make you fail, so set yourself up to win. Common mistakes to avoid. Let's make sure you don't fall back into the same trap. Mistake number 1. Paying the minimum. Just for now, you'll be stuck for years. Avoid it like the plague. Mistake number 2. Getting another card to pay off. The first, that's called debt shuffling, not a solution. Mistake number 3. Using your card for points. We've said it before. It's a scam unless you're a high-income earner with extreme discipline. Mistake number 4. Ignoring your credit score, download your free credit report from Equifax or WeMoney and start understanding it. Real life. Turnaround. Sarah's story. I had $12,000 in credit card debt across 3 cards. I felt ashamed every time I looked at my statements. I started using Frollo, picked the avalanche method, and got a 0% balance transfer card from NAB. I paid $700 a month for 18 months straight. Now, debt-free, sleeping better, and finally saving. If I can do it, so can you. Sarah, 33, Sydney bonus tips. The hacks you'll thank me for: set up autopay to avoid late fees. Use gift cards or cash for spending categories like groceries. It forces limits. Set no-spend days. Start with 1 to 2 a week. Put your goal on your lock screen, e.g. debt-free by December 2025. Unsubscribe from sale emails. They're triggers. Let's talk. What strategy are you starting with? I want to hear from you again. Are you going Avalanche or Snowball? Have you tried any of the apps I mentioned? Ever done a 0% balance transfer? Drop it in the comments. And if you've already paid off a card, share it. Be the reason someone else finally believes they can too. One last thing before block 4. You've got the strategies now, but in the final part, we're going to wrap it all up with a mindset shift that'll change how you think about money forever. A motivational push to stay consistent, and your final action steps to stay out of the credit card trap. For good. Let's get real. One last time. You didn't get into this mess overnight. And no, you're not lazy. You're not bad with money. You're not stupid. You were just never shown a better way. Most of us grew up watching adults swipe cards without thinking. We saw ads telling us credit was normal. We got taught how to dissect a frog in school, but not how to understand a credit card statement. So here we are, stressed, trapped, swiping and surviving instead of thriving. But today, you're doing something different. You're facing it. You're owning it. And that alone puts you ahead of 90% of people. Imagine this. What if you woke up and didn't feel that gut punch when a payment due alert pops up? You checked your account and saw money staying put instead of vanishing to interest? You stopped worrying about late fees, overdrafts, or being broke by Thursday? That's not a fantasy. That's your life, on the other side of discipline and decision. The real shift, from reactive to powerful. Let's break this down. Credit card debt isn't the problem. It's the symptom. The real issue? Not having a plan, letting emotion run your money decisions, thinking, I'll deal with it later. You've probably felt that tug, the one that says, just one more tap, I'll fix it next pay, or at least I get points. That tug is keeping you broke, but now you know better. And once you know better, you do better. The rules of financial freedom, Aussie edition. Let's close with some rock-solid real-life rules to live by from here on out. Rule number 1, credit. Cards are not free money. Repeat it like a mantra. If you wouldn't buy it with cash, don't buy it with credit. Rule number 2, interest is the enemy. If you're paying 20% interest, every dollar you owe is silently multiplying. Kill that debt ASAP. Rule number 3, emergency funds, emergency swipes even. $1,000 saved can stop you from turning to the card when life hits hard. Rule number 4, debt-free is the new rich forget flex culture. Real wealth is peace of mind, not purchases. Rule number 5, your money, your responsibility, no one is coming to save you. But the good news? You don't need saving, you need a strategy. What happens if you stick to this? Let's say you actually commit. You pay off your card using the avalanche method. You delete Afterpay, ditch late-night shopping, and cut your card. You use Frollo or WeMoney to track everything for 90 days. You build a $1,000 emergency fund. Instead of relying on the card fast forward 12 months, you're saving $500 a month. You've got $0 in credit debt. You're sleeping better. Your relationships improve. You feel in control for the first time in years. That's not a dream. That's what happens when everyday Aussies stop being passive with their money. And the best part? You don't need a 6-figure salary or a finance degree. You just need commitment and clarity. Now I want to hear from you. This is your moment. Drop a comment and tell me, what's the biggest lie about credit cards you used to believe? What's one action you're going to take this week to start breaking free? Whether it's cutting the card, setting up a budget, or switching to a debit-first lifestyle, just say it out loud. Because when you share, you commit. And someone else watching might see your story and get the courage to change theirs too. Want more no BS content that actually helps? If this hit home and you're tired of all the get-rich-quick garbage, I've got you. This channel is for broke Aussies trying to get unstuck, people tired of drowning in debt, real talkers who want simple, honest, human money advice. We talk credit cards, Centerlink, side hustles, rent hacks, investing when you've got $50, and how to survive the Aussie cost of living chaos. So if that's your vibe, hit that subscribe. Share this with a mate who's always broke by Wednesday. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Like it if this made you feel seen, and get ready. We're just getting started. Final word from Broke to Built. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not alone. You are in the middle of the greatest comeback story you'll ever write. The one where you take control of your money and rewrite your future. So whether you've got $7 in your account or you're knee-deep in $9,000 of credit card debt, hear me loud and clear, you can change. And it starts right now. Now tell me, did this content actually help you? Be honest. Was this the wake-up call you needed? Drop your thoughts below. I read every comment. And if you want more videos like this, real, raw, and made for people like us, hit subscribe and stick around. We've got more to talk about. And trust me, your future self is already proud of you.